All right, the other IXL that people had trouble with is properties of squares and rectangles. So N9 is property of squares and rectangles. Again, you had to get an 85 on it. And so remember with rectangles, all four angles, corner angles are 90 degrees and your diagonals are congruent. So if your diagonals are congruent and they're cut in half, they bisect, then this bisected side and this bisected side or angle, bisected side is also congruent. So when you think rectangles, I also want you to think isosceles triangles. Isosceles triangles, because there's four of them. Because if these two sides are equal, then this angle and this angle is equal. And then same thing above it, this angle and this angle are equal. And then these angles inside have to be equal because here's another isosceles triangle. These angles have to be equal. So that's rectangle. And then when you get to square, square has all of the properties above. So I can't draw it all, but they have to meet at 90-degree angles when they bisect. The corners all have to be 90 degrees. All of the sides have to be congruent. All of the insides have to be congruent. It goes on and on. All of these different properties work for a square. So looking at IXL, let me see if I can get you to 100 starting from 0. Is this a rectangle? Well, rectangles, your diagonals are congruent. So if this is 99, this would be 99. And you should have two isosceles triangles. And this is not an isosceles triangle. So no, it's not. Is this a square? All sides are congruent. All diagonals are congruent. I'm sorry, all diagonals are congruent. It meets a 90-degree angle. So I'd say yes on that one. Is this a parallelogram, a rectangle? No, again, it has to be an isosceles triangle. This side has to equal that side, and it doesn't. Is this a rectangle? Again, isosceles triangle, so 99, 93, and 88 are not congruent, so no. Is this a square? All of them have to be the same. Again, it's a no. It all would have to be 63, all would have to be 62. Is the parallelogram a rectangle? Well, here we go. Now they are congruent. 22, 22, 22, 22. So yes, all congruent. Is this a square? They meet at a 90-degree angle, your diagonals, and they're all the same. So yes. Rectangle, 84 and 87 are not congruent, so no, it's not a rectangle. Is this a square? 90-degree angle, all diagonals are congruent. So yes. 84 and 79, that is not a rectangle. They have to be congruent. 46 and 48, again, they're not the same. Square, because they're all the same, so yes, that's a square. Rectangle, no. 80 and 77, no. Have a good day, guys. All right, DF, this whole line, D to F is 12C. E to G is 16C minus 48. And remember, with rectangles, your diagonals have to be congruent, so those two have to equal. So 12C has to equal 16C minus 48. I always say I want to move the smallest one, but in this case, I'm going to move the largest because I'm trying to get my variables on one side. So I want my constant on the other side. So negative 4C equals negative 48. So C is 12. But it asks what DF is. So DF is 12 times C. So 12 times 12. I think that's 144. Is this a square? They're 61, 61, 61, and the diagonals meet at 90-degree angles. So yes, it is. A square, all the sides are equal. So 4Z has to equal Z plus 15. So 3Z has to equal 15. So Z has to be 5. If Z is 5, then RS is 5 plus 15, which is 20. this is 20, and then 4 times 5, that also is 20. So all of my sides are 20. QU is 12W plus 25. TU is 7W plus 30. This is a rectangle, so that means this has to be an isosceles triangle. And that means these two sides have to be congruent. So 12W plus 25 has to equal 7W plus 30. And then solve it. I solve these quickly on purpose. I want your focus to be on setting up this equation, not solving the equation. By now, you should be able to solve equations. If you can't, I am more than welcome to help you with that. So W is 1. So what is the value of W? Yep, that was it. W is 1. RST. RST. No, RST over here. Well, this is a square, and it gave me no more information than the fact that this is a square. So if it's a square, all of these corners are 90 degrees, and the diagonals cut them exactly in half. So if the diagonals are cutting them exactly in half, that's a 45 degree, 45 degree. All the way around, I can label that 45 degree, 45 degree. And then remember, these are all 90 degrees. So you know all of your angles just by saying this is a square. You just need to know what's it asking for. So it's asking for RST, so it's 90 degrees. I'm sorry, 45 degrees. All right, this is a rectangle. So AB is this, and AE is that. And that, since it's a rectangle, all of these have to be congruent and form an isosceles triangle. So you can set these equations equal to each other. And solve. Doesn't matter if you move the 8 or the 11, you should still get the same answer. W is 6, but that's not what it's asking. It's asking for AE. So AE was 11 times 6 plus 34. 66 plus 34. That's ugly 4, sorry. 66 plus 34, 0, carry the 1, 100. And I'm not 100% sure about this one just because I did that math very quickly. All right, this is a square. Let's find the value of P. All sides are congruent with a square. So I set my two sides equal to each other, and I can solve for P. P equals 14. Okay, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I did give you guys a quiz today on this stuff. So again, let me know if you have any questions.